Former wing commander of the Indian Air Force, Praveen Hasija is a man of many talents. When not dabbling in his passions of theatre and film, he can be found spending quality time with his wife, Sangeeta, a teacher with the International School in Delhi. With their daughter now having flown the nest, Praveen and Sangeeta are planning for the next stage in their life together.
In the Air Force, we were living in these houses belonging to the government, and post that phase, in the last 10 years, we moved into 5 different, different type of accommodation in Delhi, West Delhi then, and now this part of Delhi. And it's always been rented. So a time should come, when we actually move into our own property. And when we move in, I think it should meet all our aspirations, all our requirements.
After living in a rented accommodation in Mayur Vihar, New Delhi for a long time, Praveen and Sangeeta embark on the task of identifying some upcoming localities in Noida, their preferred destination for a permanent home. Going through the morning newspaper, they come across the Magic Bricks section on Times Property, which provides an in-depth analysis of real estate market dynamics. This weekly feature presents facts and figures on the current residential inventory across the country, locality information, industry expert opinions, updates on infrastructural development across cities, property advice, etc., to inform the common consumer.
Dream home is, there are 2 thoughts which come constantly to one's mind. One is a ground floor house with a garden. The other is the thought of a flat which is much more convenient to maintain. But one thing is for sure, that it should be large. By large, I mean it should at least have definitely 3 big bedrooms. And it should have balconies, and definitely not have another flat which is absolutely opposite yours and people are looking into your house. That's something we really don't want. So I would love to have a flat. I would really ideally like to have a garden, but I would like to have a flat as well. Enough, roomy enough for us and our dog, and maybe more dogs, and children and grandchildren and things like that. So it's kind of a home which will be your final home. This is a rented apartment, so we want one final home. I'm really looking forward to something like that.
Another 8 years from now, we would be crossing the 60s. So I think wherever we choose to locate, yes, it should be well connected. Yes, there should be good hospitals around. Yes, there should be safety, not only around the zone where you stay, but also the road that you have to travel on. So I think if all these things can also be taken care of, where the state governments and the central governments have a lot of role to play, of course it's going to make a lot of difference there.
Praveen and Sangeeta finally zero in on the upcoming locality of sectors 72 to 78 in Noida for their house hunt, primarily because of the area's excellent location. These sectors sit in close proximity to a variety of major corridors, chief amongst them being the Faridabad-Noida-Gurgaon Expressway, as well as the NH24 and the Delhi-Agra Taj Expressway. Its closeness to the city centre metro station is also a great value addition for the couple. Praveen and Sangeeta decide to check out the area themselves, hoping to find a project that can suit their lifestyle.
I'm very keen on looking at Noida. It's close to my workplace. It's really straight from the D&D to my workplace. And I'm not retiring very quickly as such. So therefore, I'm really keen on looking at Noida.
We hope that we are able to hit across one good property and also able to afford it, more importantly. Both these things have to mix and match. And where we don't have to compromise too much on our, what you would call the minimum needs requirement, and also feel that we are in a sophisticated zone, an address that we can be proud of.
Their first stop is Ajnara's Grand Heritage, an upcoming project at Sector 74. The locality is a great option for the Hasijas, as it has proposed metro stations and hospitals in the immediate neighborhood, taking care of their day-to-day needs.
After having driven down this place, what I was looking at was like some open zones, some greenery in front of the houses, where you could walk around, like spend your retirement period into some bit of nature. That's the kind of feeling, that's the kind of vision I have for myself in the future, playing with grandchildren and things like that. But at the same time, I must really appreciate the fact that a lot of thought has gone into this project. A lot of facilities apparently are very much there, for the younger generation to be comfortable about. But as far as I'm concerned, I would perhaps look at something more with nature and gives me a better lifestyle.
For me too, I find it too compact. I'm happy to stay in a place where it is a gated complex and there's space to move around and space for children to play and people can look out of the balcony and see their kids over here. The security angle is good, but I think from our point of view, we were looking something more open, little more, not so compact.
Their next stop is Civitech Sampriti, a project at Sector 77. Being in the same locality, this project comes with all the benefits that suit the Hasijas, plus it features a more open plan that has been one of their main priorities.
I think there's this feeling of openness from the point of entry, you know, and you get a feeling that it's a well thought out design from a perspective of light and air both. And, you know, the way the apartments are, you know, like segregated, separated one from the other with a gap in between. Of course, I know there's a clubhouse which has come in the middle, which is in a way advantageous because it's not too high, just 2 levels and people can, you know, eat and it does take care of your requirements. Also, you were talking about what you noticed, you know, at the beginning in terms of the shopping zones.
Yeah, they look like they have a shopping zone. It's kind of nice complex. It's very compact and it looks very neatly made. It looks very neat. So I like that. I like that aspect to it. And it gives a good feeling.
For this happy threesome, a dream retirement home means ample open spaces for the humans as well as the canine in the family. Post their tour of the upcoming localities of Noida, the dream is now taking a concrete shape as their search for a dream home continues. In the upcoming localities of Noida, Sector 72 is seeing maximum demand in the 20 to 40 lakh rupees bracket. The more popular Sector 78 is seeing maximum demand in the 60 lakh to 1 crore rupees bracket. While supply is not able to catch up to demand for the former, an issue that the builders need to address soon, for the latter, supply balances out demand perfectly.